to show you a trick that I learned or figured out. It was actually knitting some Coco Knits sweaters that were worsted or bulky. I like to do my small circles using magic loop, so I do my socks and my sleeves. Unless I happen to have the right size needle in a small 9-inch circular, then I'll use those, especially with a plant fiber yarn, because it doesn't have any memory like wool does. So I don't want to get those ladders coming into my sleeves. So what I do is I'm going to pull the cable out on this side, getting ready to knit across these stitches. And so that I don't get the ladder here, what I'll do once I get this in place is on this needle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the needle tip so that I can see the cable. And then because I have, I usually do 3 or 4 stitches. I'm going to flip to this side. I'm going to pull a little loop here and then push that needle back in and carry on. That way you don't get, strange tension in here when you pull. You may pull too tight, and then sometimes it's really difficult to get those stitches back onto the needle because they now fit the cable width, which with a needle of this circumference, this is a US size 7, which I believe is maybe a 4mm needle, 4.25, can't remember. Anyway, so I knit across. I'll just show you one more end. Hopefully I'm keeping this in the camera. So, gotta get both strands. Knitting with 2 strands of, one's pure linen, one's a linen blend. So there really is no elasticity to this yarn. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of this. And then this sleeve has a lace panel on the outside here in between these markers. So one thing I will do, because I don't want to take my loop out into the lace panel, so I'm going to pull all the slack out of there. I'm going to twist this around. And then, so that I don't get my my loop coming out in the middle of my lace section, I'll pull it out there. And I really do like this ChiaoGoo cable, I have to say. Okay, so now I've got my needle ready here. So with this one, I'm going to pull it out so that the stitches are on the cable. And then I'm going to go 3 or 4, doesn't matter. I usually do 3 stitches in, pull some of that loop cable out, and then put those stitches back onto this needle tip and carry on. And then you just don't have any tension problem there. And you'll never know as you finish the sleeve. I can show you the one. Get both strands. I'll show you the sleeve I finished. So here you just don't see, a ladder anywhere. And these will block out beautifully. So there you go.